This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 55. I almost said 53. Welcome back to Co-op Chronicles. This is episode 55, not 53. And as always, I am Pike's Geisha, and with me I have Blacklabel.
Hello.
And Azzilee.
Hello.
And today is
We're going to talk about the marathon controversy.
Marathon Controversy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
But before we get into that, how is everybody doing?
Good.
Awesome.
Are you still sick?
I'm still dying. A week later, and I'm still dying.
Nice, nice.
It's really nice outside.
It is really nice.
Extremely
You
hot
can
upstairs.
sit in the sun.
Yes, I want to. I want to sit in the sun. We need to buy some sort of like lounge patio furniture so I can take a nap and read a book in the sun. I feel like the sun will just soak up all my
Yeah.
sickness
I'm about
and
to go out
take it
there.
away.
I'm about to go out there and die. Do all the weeding and crap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not big, so it should be quick.
They're just the area of
Overgrown.
space. Yeah, it's not big, but it's overgrown, and it's been overgrown since we moved in. So through 2-3 years now.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
We're finally getting it under wraps.
Yeah, yep. All right, before we get into the segments, I wanted to talk about take a moment to look at the industry and where it's at, you know, not just gameplay, patch notes, and all that stuff, more so like the camaraderie and the trust between studios and communities who support them. Because right now it feels like AAA games, it's not where it's at, you know? Obviously, we're in a time of AI and how AI is constantly reshaping games crazy fast, evolving things faster than conversations basically happen. Real people and creators are fighting to be seen, trying to be credited and protected, while companies such as Bungie, you know,
Protected it.
did I say protected? To be protected.
It's
Protected?
Protected.
Oh, my bad. My brain's
Protected it.
protected.
Protected it.
Why did I say?
To
Yo.
be protected it.
Yo, we're not making a clip about this. Shut the fuck up. We're moving on. Anyways, creators and real people are fighting to be seen. Like I said, billion-dollar companies, they're starting to cut corners in the creative process where it comes to just, you know,
Monies.
yeah, and it's basically sending a message saying like, hey, speed matters. It doesn't care. We don't care about the quality of games anymore. We just
Yeah.
want to get them out and push them out and make money.
Yeah.
Basically, monetary crap.
Yeah.
But-
Side note. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you did interrupt me, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Go finish.
No, go ahead.
I just have a story I want to tell.
Tell me.
You were talking about camaraderie and the big companies and stuff. Remember I told you, I don't know if anybody else knows this, but I read an article. I don't know if it's true or not. I feel like it's true. Is that when gaming first became relevant and big, Nintendo dominated, right? Nintendo was like the first console company. Nintendo was trying to bridge over and make a console that read a disc, right? Like the disc ones. So they actually partnered with Sony for Sony to develop the hardware to read the disc, and then they were going to partner with Nintendo, and Nintendo was going to make a new console that included the disc reader and play Nintendo Play. But at the very last second, Nintendo pulled out from Sony and partnered with somebody else. And Sony was mad and was like, you know what, fuck you guys. We've already developed this. We're going to make our own. And they came up with PlayStation.
Hilarious.
And
Actually
ever
really
since,
cool.
PlayStation has, like, I wouldn't say dominated,
But it's up there.
but they for sure are bigger than Nintendo now.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo's been making a lot of weird choices recently.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, camaraderie. This goes, the betrayal of big corporations go back deep.
It bit them in the butt.
Yeah. To continue.
Sorry, I just wanted to say a story.
Yeah, you did say the story.
Okay.
Okay. So today's episode again, it's not just about Bungie or Marathon. Excuse me.
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my God.
Today's episode.
Shush! I'm trying to talk. Please, for the love of God. I liked it when you were sick. You weren't talking as much. But yeah, today's episode isn't about just Bungie or Marathon. It's about growing tension between innovation and integrity, about blurred lines and theft, kind of, in a way. The storm is brewing, kind of, guys. And we're going to talk about it. So, yeah. Wait, did you say, you guys already said how you guys are doing and everything, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Pay attention.
Do you know what Marathon is?
The artist, right? Or is it
Marathon?
the game?
The game.
Oh, the game. Okay.
No.
Yeah. It's a
game.
remake of a 1994 Marathon game. It was like Bungie's little Doom FPS game back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you
How'd it go?
I think it was okay back then.
Oh.
But now they're like making it like an extract type thing that the game looked awful. The trailer looked terrible. It looked bad. Do you guys want to look at it?
This is.
No.
I recently saw some photos of it of like the artist that they stole the images from,
Antireal.
and I was looking at the art that they used, and right off the bat, I thought this art was the Forerunner script that they used for Halo.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
it looks so similar. So then I was thinking, I was like, why didn't they just steal their own images? Because it's so similar. Why did they steal somebody else's
What
art?
is it? They did a thing back in the day. It was like Destiny, and it was like the Red Army. Do you remember the Red Army type thing? If you're a Destiny fan.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so anyways, they stole stuff to create that, which is why it's not even mentioned anymore in the Destiny universe. It's like gone. They
Oh,
deleted
really?
they deleted everything from it.
They just deleted it out of
Yes,
existence.
yeah, because they were stealing art. I mean, this
I
isn't
don't-
the first time they
just
stole art.
pay
But
I don't. Yeah, I was
somebody.
about to say I don't understand why a big company would steal it. They can just reach out to the artist, and the artist will probably agree and be like, "Look, we love your style, we love your art. Can we please use it? And of course, we'll credit you for it, and we'll pay you for it.
yeah.
Like it's not that hard, guys."
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna show you the trailer.
Ethics.
I'm gonna show you guys the
Ethics.
trailer for Marathon. Look how this game looks terrible.
It's giving Apex vibes.
This isn't the gameplay. Do you want to see the gameplay? The gameplay is probably more. We'll watch this and then we'll watch.
Well, yeah, the trailer is always going to be better than the gameplay.
Yeah, so let's just watch the gameplay then. But it's
It
like
looks like a big caterpillar.
it does. Like their whole. I don't know what they're going for in this whole thing.
Definitely Apexy vibes. Apexy
But
and
it's
like
not.
Valorant.
It's not fast paced. It's slow. But try to keep your eye on like the art that's on the wall. They stole art that's on the wall and on everything.
Death. The end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
It just does
It
not.
just looks kind of like a revamp of Destiny.
It doesn't look like a good game.
The moon was definitely Destiny.
Yeah.
No, it's the same universe as Destiny.
Oh,
But-
maybe that's why.
But the game just does not look. It doesn't look fine or fun. It doesn't look exciting. There's nothing different.
Yeah.
Like it's
it kind of has the same mechanics.
it's not. Yeah, it's not.
It just revamped.
It's
in a
not
new
bringing
style.
anything out right now.
Nothing new.
Yeah, nothing new.
Mhm.
Everybody was like, this trailer looks horrible, and like of course, like the people that played it, they're like, some people are like, oh well, it's just not for everybody, but it's still good. No, that shit look garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the whole time, I was like, I definitely wouldn't play that. But
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like a niche group for it.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like something I would play. And it's supposed to be an extraction game. It's like we already have Escape from Tarkov. We don't need that.
I need more open world RPGs.
Yeah,
Okay? I
there's
don't
none.
need more fighting games, you know?
No
Yeah,
first-person shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But outside of Tarkov, there's not really like any extraction.
There's a
game.
few, but they're not like huge. There's
Exactly.
one that's coming out though. That's I think gonna take over everything. It's Arc Raiders. I don't know if you guys seen
Is
that.
that the one with the dinosaurs?
No. That's Lost or that's Arc or some shit.
Mm.
But Arc Raiders, ARC Raiders, it looks crazy. Like everybody's talking about how that game and the beta and the trailer for Arc Raiders 100 times better than Marathon. It's insane. Okay, let me get into it now.
Okay.
So Marathon. What is Marathon? I think I said a second ago, but Marathon was originally a 1994 sci-fi FPS game by Bungie. It was beloved for its deep lore, gritty tone, and innovation of Macintosh platform. So it was basically like a Doom. If you remember like the old Doom or old Duke Nukem games, it was similar to that. It was considered a spiritual forerunner to Halo and helped Bungie build its early legacy, kind of. So then we go 3 decades after that. Bungie revealed the Marathon reboot. Obviously, it was not remastered. It's like a completely different PvP extraction compared to what it was originally. So I'm not sure why they're saying it's a reboot when it looks nothing of the sort or is anything like that, because it's a PvP extraction opposed to a FPS shoot 'em up game type thing. What was supposed to be a triumphant like release and all this crap, it's obviously become a PR nightmare if anybody has followed the story. So Bungie, the legendary studio that created Halo and Destiny under its belt, reviving a cult classic modern film, or not film, but flair. Artists online started posting comparisons and the art that Marathon seemed to steal. Or either AI generated. Suddenly, nobody's talking about the gameplay. They're talking about lawsuits and artistic integrity. And it went from like, hey, this game sucks, to, hey, you guys are stealing shit within like a few days. It was crazy. They were hyped up about it. The devs, when you watch the trailer of the devs talking, they look so depressed trying to defend what was happening. It's going bad for them. So when a legacy game, guys, like this gets revived, do you guys usually get excited or nervous? Like if an old game that you love and you want it to be remade, are you guys excited or like
No.
You're not excited or you're not nervous? You don't want Bloodborne remade?
I do want Bloodborne remade, but like I said, it's the same problem you run in with Final Fantasy VII, right? You add a whole bunch of extra shit. If you have, for me,
I know. So don't you get excited? But no, don't you get excited or do you get nervous? Because you get nervous then, right?
At first, I was super excited for Final Fantasy VII. I did the pre-order. I have my little employee card in my nerd cabinet. An employee of Syndra? What's it called? Shinra. I'm an employee of Shinra. So I get excited for it, right? But then it comes out, and I'm just bummed out. Like, I would love a Bloodborne remaster, not a remake. Remaster. Everything's exactly the same. You don't put anything extra in it. You just bump up the graphics and the fucking what it's called, help me out, babe.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
No.
World.
Say it again.
When you remaster a video game, you bump up the
Graphics?
the fucking
FPS?
FPS.
The frames?
The frames.
Okay. All right. I see where you're going.
Get what I'm saying?
I
But
get what you're
everything
saying.
needs to be exactly
Isn't
how it
Bloodborne 30
was.
frames per second? It's like 30 frames.
I think it's 60.
No, I don't think it's 60.
I think it's 30.
It's 30.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it is 30, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
They were talking about GTA 6 is supposed to be 30 frames too when it comes out, which is insane to me. I don't get it.
But it still looks good at 30.
That's videos. That's not the gameplay.
Well, I'm talking about Bloodborne.
Oh, Bloodborne. Yeah, I'm talking about GTA 6.
Yeah, I don't know about GT. You would think that it need to be higher.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Would you guys rather have a studio take risks on new IPs like intellectual property type things or revive classics like this?
Take risks.
Yep, take risk.
Yeah, take
Don't
risks.
touch the classics unless you're going to do it very, very, very well.
Yeah.
I think there's not a lot of new concepts out there. It's just remakes and reboots and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
Geisha was talking about that last night.
Yeah.
Like movies and games are just, they have no
like a
idea what to do
standstill.
anymore.
So
Yeah.
they're making video games out of movies. There's a Jurassic Park game coming
Until
out.
Dawn.
An Until Dawn movie. They're making a Games of Thrones game. Like, what type? I don't know what the
The
point
trailer
would
looked
be.
for the game. It just looked like the same stuff that you would get in the show.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, the last season sucked. Let's make a game to make it so it doesn't suck as bad.
Yeah. Spoiler. Well, this is in the trailer. The Games of Thrones trailer. Jon Snow's in it, and then he turns into a White Walker.
Same with
Is that like the base of the game? Like he's a White Walker?
It said you get to choose the story, so I have no idea what that
Yeah,
game's about.
it's
The
just
premise of it is.
How would you make a game out of a show that has a start, a middle, and an end? It's complete. It's done. You know
Yeah, I
what
don't
mean?
know. It's like you could change it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So again, the spark, did Bungie steal from the artist name Antireal? The spark was lit by fans, but the name behind the firestorm, like I said, Antireal, a digital artist known for hauntingly beautiful, artistic, like cyberpunk-inspired work. If you look him up, fans discovered that Bungie's teaser art featured a character posed nearly identical to Antireal's original 2020 piece. Layering the two Photoshop together, they're nearly like one by one. Like the angle, the lighting, the gear outline of it. It doesn't look like it was inspired by it. It looked like they tried to copy it.
Yeah, there's a photo going around online. There's like a strip in the game with like symbols, and the artist put in it's the exact same strip that they created.
Yeah.
And it's like the exact same symbols. I think they're in like different orders, but it's the exact same ones.
Yeah. So the thing is, they believe that AI tools were used to generate marathon pieces trained off of existing pieces, including Antireals. So that's their excuse of it.
Oh, it's like they didn't
used
necessarily steal his
That's
thing.
their thing.
AI made it and made it different.
I swear I remember
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, that's what they're trying to say. They're trying to say they used a tool that basically took his art
And changed it.
but it's identical.
That's still plagiarism.
But I seen something that somebody said that they're just reaching because they stole so many things. But yeah, Bungie's team initially dismissed these concerns before a live stream that they apologized on, and I don't think people care. I don't think
guilty.
I don't think they cared about the apology because, like I said, Bungie has stole stuff for the Red Army. She's just blowing her brains out.
Sorry.
You need to take what is it? Take some allergy medicine to help your nose.
I did the other day.
But it
and
helps your
didn't
nose.
help. It didn't help.
Anyways, the gaming world moves fast, but art lasts forever. Hence, like Mona Lisa, Rembrandt shit like that. And when somebody like Antireal sees their work show up on a game or on another studio's banner, obviously you're gonna feel a type of way. Like I'm sure he didn't get compensated because they just got called out for it. So they weren't gonna say, "Hey, we stole this shit." So there's no credit to him, or I think it's a her. I think Antireal's a her.
I believe
So
it's a girl.
yeah, I think Antireal's a girl. So no credit, no permission. That's not like flattery saying, "Oh, I love your work." It's basically you're stealing, and they're just making excuses saying it's an AI thing.
Yep.
Have you guys ever?
The problem with AI is that it's a cumulative.
It's like a database of
Yeah, it's taking artwork that's on the internet already and
just
then just like formatting something together for
Yeah.
you. So it's like you will definitely get somebody's made work.
Yeah. Have you guys ever had someone copy your work or ideas? I mean, it could be in school or anything.
I mean, school, yeah, all the time.
No. Oh, no. But I have a really crazy story.
Okay.
Kind of.
Tell us.
Do you remember MySpace?
Yes.
Right. So MySpace. I'm in high school. I'm a teenager. It's MySpace. You know, I post my pictures of my selfies on MySpace. And then, I don't know, I think one of my friends messaged me and they're like, "Hey, do you know this girl?" I was like, "No, I don't know this girl."
I think you told me this.
And then my friend was like, "She has your picture on her MySpace saying that you're her best friend." And so I went to her MySpace, and there was a picture of me like on her home MySpace that says "my best friend," and it was my picture. And
That's
I was
crazy.
like, I messaged her. I was like, why is my picture on your site? Like, I am not your best friend. I don't know who you are. She never messaged me back, but she did take it down.
That's crazy.
One of the very first catfishes.
And I was like, I don't know you, girl, but I remember because it was like literally my photo on her MySpace like home page, right? And it wasn't even like top 10. It was like boom right there.
Yeah.
And I was like, excuse me, Miss Ma'am.
Yeah.
Weird.
You know?
So Bungie, they, like I said, they made a video, and the devs were trying to issue an apology and all that stuff. The apology was kind of like, it wasn't even really an apology. It was more like, this is why it happened, and blah, blah. At first, I thought, I'm pretty sure I recalled them talking about that. It was like a third-party person that they hired to do it, and that person created it and stole it, and it's not their fault. But again, Bungie has had this issue where if you look back at Bungie stuff, they've stole so many art or like so many things from other people. Like I said, that the Destiny Red Army thing is completely deleted from their database. It's not in the game anymore. So yeah, like, would you guys accept somebody's apology that was like half-assed about, hey, I'm sorry I stole your stuff, but this is why, and we're not gonna give you anything about it or for it? It just seems bad.
Yeah. I feel like this is such a hard topic to talk about because so on one hand you have this big corporation that's employing these people,
Millions of
who
dollars.
made this game and who had the stolen artwork in it. So like part of me is like, man, I want to blame the developers, but also I'm sure they have so much pressure from the corporation. But then you need to have morals. Like, yeah, you can say no to this big corporation, but then you're going to lose your job if you say no, probably. So it's like, I don't know who to blame. I'll just blame the whole company. Everybody at the company sucks.
Yeah. I feel like, so I don't know. I feel like anyone in the medical field, you take an ethics class, right? You take a whole fucking college course about ethics in the workplace and stuff like that. I feel like everyone should take an ethics class in high school and just be like, look, don't be rude and mean and just do what's right. I mean, I feel like, I guess it is a little biased because in the medical field, you do have to do what's right, like no matter what. And if you don't, your ass is on the line and people's lives are on the line. In a big company like this, maybe not lives are on the line, but just money's at stake.
I definitely think it should be a high school requirement because it's a college requirement, so why can't it be a high school requirement?
Yeah.
I mean, is it a college requirement for other fields to take
I
an
have to
ethics
take
class?
an ethics and philosophy class.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so
It should be like an elementary, like a middle school requirement because kids nowadays are just insane.
Especially nowadays with technology being so prevalent
Yeah.
in the world.
I feel like
Ethics,
it's
people.
yeah,
Ethics.
ethics should definitely be a part of like something while you're learning, because now kids are just using ChatGPT to do their schoolwork.
Yeah. Have decorum.
Decorum.
People.
Have some decorum.
Have some decorum.
It's a good vocabulary word.
Yeah, have some fucking self-restraint
Yeah.
on cheating. Anyways, so AI, Destiny has used tools such as Midjourney, Dolly, Stable Diffusion, and these things are just used everywhere for like creative spaces now when it comes to like AI artwork. Many AI generators scrape open access images like in a database and build that whatever your request is off of those models, which probably could have been like, hey, we stole your art, but not, I mean, it's identical. But anyways, if Bungie did use AI without verifying like source material, they pretty much opened up a can of worms on their company.
You're still at fault. That's why that's why schools, or like there should be a class where it's like you have to do like lateral critical thinking. So like, where does this source come from? Let's check all of these other credible sites.
Which is crazy to me that they have like what is it called? College Success.
Yeah.
And it's a, obviously you don't take that class until college, and it's all about critical thinking. Why don't they why isn't that in like a lower class
There
thing?
should be a writing class in like high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Japan, the first like 5 years of education, they're all teaching respect, discipline, being nice, manners, and all that stuff. And then once they get out of that phase, then they start teaching education and like mathematics and arithmetics and all that stuff. But the first like 3 to 5 years of schooling is literally how to be a good person and ethics and values and respect and discipline.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, but
Yo,
Japan. I tip
I'm-
my hat to you guys.
I'm still teaching
great.
like 30-year-olds how to respect.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. So as to the AR art, like whether it's AI or tracing, no matter how you look at it, the outrage was the same. Real people were getting erased by technology that doesn't ask for permission, and it's not just like an indie dev that's doing this. It's fucking Bungie,
Yeah.
and that's why it's even crazier because Bungie's huge. They're
They're
I don't know
not
if they're
as
billion. I
big.
don't know. No, Bungie's huge.
I feel
They're
like they're not as
what do
big
you
as
mean?
they
They're-
used to be.
They're Halo, Destiny's still big. Like they're a
Yeah.
huge company.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a $1 billion company.
Maybe I'm
Probably
thinking of Blizzard.
Blizzard's huge too, but Blizzard and Bungie
I
are
think
both
Bungie
huge.
just hasn't come out with any like really
Yeah,
cool games.
They haven't
recently.
come out with anything
So
great
But-
recently.
they're
but
living
there's-
off of their legacy.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're still huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why like everybody's all fired up.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Mhm.
think that AI should be used as disclosure on games, or there should be a like a AI use disclosure on games now? Like so you know, like okay, they use AI to create this.
Look, if I had to cite AI, because AI, I did use ChatGPT and AI to do my cover art of my book for my project. If I had to fucking cite it, then everybody should be able to cite it.
Yeah, you had to cite it, right?
Yeah, I cited it in the bottom corner, and I was like, ChatGPT made this image, but
I'm sure
just
you
the
have
image
to
itself,
do that,
you
though.
know?
Yeah.
yeah. But I also did read this article. Well, I didn't read it. I kind of like skimmed through it. That people are saying like AI is not going to replace jobs. What's going to replace your job is someone who who has that critical thinking ability and who uses AI to help them in their job.
Not like to use. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
AI can only go so far. You need a good user to implement it. properly.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah,
I
so-
think there's a fine line.
Yeah.
You could use AI to help you, but not to create your idea to
Yeah. How would you
Why are you cutting me off?
Because you keep cutting off my questions.
You asked a question.
What was my question?
You asked is how we feel about AI. Should they be cited?
Oh,
did
did
And we're
I?
having a
Question.
discussion about it, and you
Oh.
keep trying to cut
Maybe
me
I
out.
shouldn't ask so many questions because I have a lot to say. Okay, sorry. Continue. Sorry about that.
No, I don't remember. What was I saying? Oh, I was just saying that you can't use AI to come up with an original idea or an original
yeah.
concept. You
Mhm.
have to come up with that concept, and then you can ask AI to help you brainstorm how to
Implement it and make it
implement it
Yeah.
and expand it and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think
But-
it's helpful for people whose brain is running 1,000,000 miles a minute because then
Mhm.
it can help you put things in like a proper order
Yeah.
that makes sense and
Yeah.
help make a outline for you to
Mhm.
like write
Yeah.
your stuff
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, I agree.
How would you feel if you found out that your art was helped trained AI without your permission? Like if like something that you created was used by AI to create something without your knowledge.
Anything on the internet, I think, is open
fair
game for
use.
It's
people.
fair
It's
game.
like
It's open
fair
for
use.
people with AI. I don't think
Yeah.
there's any like there's intellectual property, yeah, but AI is gonna grab that information regardless.
Mhm.
AI doesn't have morals. There's no,
No.
parameters people set on it. So
That's
Yeah.
true.
it's gonna
Yeah.
grab it, unfortunately, but I think it's
Yeah.
up to the person who is using it to specify.
Yeah. So
yeah.
the way that this was found out, it wasn't like Destiny or Bungie was like, "Hey, this is what we did." It was like basically the internet sleuths on social media that dug into the Bungie's teaser image because I'm pretty sure people were just like, "This is fucking weird," and then a lot of them connected with Antireal's original post, and they were talking about like the match side by side. It was insane.
Yeah.
That whole image went viral. Artists, gamers, and industrial or industry professionals joined together and like Reddit and everything. They amplified the call out. Like it was insane.
I have mad respect for internet sleuths.
Oh, for sure.
They're just
The good
insane.
ones, yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just one image. It was a ton of their elements that were flagged as well. And then suddenly, boom, Bungie is facing like a full-on credibility crisis. And it's
Mhm.
obviously it was obviously because of the internet sleuths. They figured
Mhm.
it out. It wasn't just journalists breaking the story. It
Mhm.
was gaming community coming together. It shows how powerful fans can be when they care about the integrity of a game, especially when it comes to like Bungie and Destiny and stuff like that. Because it is, like I said, Marathon is the same universe as Destiny. Bungie underestimated how sharp-eyed people really are. Like, motherfucker, I'm shooting people at 30 frames. Of course my eyes are good. Have you ever seen a fan community expose something big like this before?
Yes.
What? I do.
Don't fuck with kittens.
Okay, that's not a gaming. Oh, I guess that is a fan. It's not.
You
a fan
didn't say gaming. You said fan.
Yeah, but I guess that's not. That's not the same.
It's the same.
thing.
It's the same. A whole bunch of internet sleuths found this psycho killer.
Yeah, that hurt
Psycho
kittens.
killer.
And it's like on Netflix.
Yeah,
You should
it's
watch
a very good documentary.
It
What's
is.
yours? You were gonna say something.
I honestly forgot because she said it
Sorry.
so quickly.
I know right now there's a big thing about there's booths at cons that have the acrylic posters that you can buy, and a lot of those artworks is now AI.
Oh yeah.
There's like a couple of them, but that's like a big thing right now.
Yeah, a lot of people are weird too when it comes to, like, you know, those people at the street artists that do like the quick spray paint and all that stuff. A lot of people are starting to not like them because they're all like they're like the same pattern over and over.
Yeah.
It's not really like art.
You
They're saying.
It's because they have a style. Like spray paint, I feel like you can only have a certain style.
Yeah.
And you can only do so much with it, so everyone's gonna just replicate each other.
Yeah, you can tell AI though, because like even remember my mouse pad, the front image is like pristine and good, but the back images are all fucked up. That's how you
Yeah.
can tell it's like AI generated.
So, the legal fallout for this, I'm not sure if Bungie could get sued for this. I feel like they should.
Definitely can.
If Antireal or any other artist can prove their work was directly copied, whether it be by AI or the human hand, I feel like they have grounds to sue. The problem is to say, like, hey, the AI stole it that they were using, which is hard because you can't be like, well, Bungie did it. But I feel like if you say Bungie knowingly accepted this art from this AI, then I guess they probably could. But in the end, I mean, their studio's fucked, in my opinion. There's no.
This game is gonna not
it's-
do well now.
It's gonna flop.
Yeah.
For sure. It's already in
Unfortunately,
flames. Yeah.
I do think though, from like all the crime and stuff I've watched, not saying I'm an expert or anything like that, but if Bungie unknowingly did it in any way, shape, or form, they could get off.
Yeah, they could be like, oh, we fired the person who okayed this.
That's what
and
they
then-
that's what they did in the past, I think. They said they
And then
handled it.
I don't know what the outcome would be, but
I'm sorry.
they'll
I'm
probably
muting
the best course of action, if the person can't sue them, then maybe they can try and settle outside of court. Maybe Bungie could like compensate
A
them
lot of
that
people,
way.
I guess, of a lot of their stuff, they have compensated out of court,
Yeah.
like
'Cause,
undisclosed
I mean,
amounts.
Bungie probably has $1 million lawyers, and like
Yeah.
an artist isn't gonna be able to fight against that.
Yeah.
And even if like the jury would be on their side, they could still claim we
could be
didn't
like
do
a
it.
civil
Our
suit.
employee did it, so we're just gonna fire them.
Yeah. It could be a civil suit instead of a
Yeah.
criminal.
Yeah.
You know.
So,
like,
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get paid out though.
Yeah.
hopefully.
Bungie, do better. You were great. Now you're not so great.
Yeah. So the apology, I was saying, it backfired during their live stream. I just remember watching like Asmongold and other people like react to it. And after the accusations gained traction, Bungie arts directors hosted a live stream that was supposed to address the whole controversy head on, but instead of clarity, it added more fuel to the fire. They came off defensive and vague with no direct acknowledgement of Antireal's work or the specific allegations. So they just acted like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like type thing. And the chat during the stream was merciless. Viewers flooded it with sarcasm comments like, would write an original comment, but I don't see any good ones to plagiarize. So they're just trying to like basically make them feel like shit. Anyways, they had no accountability. They lacked sincerity. They had no clear resolution of how to fix this. They left everybody just like, yo, fucking Bungie's fucked. Like they're assholes. So I feel like what Bungie needed at the moment, was honesty. Like,
Is Bungie an American company?
yeah, they're in Seattle.
I thought Blizzard was in Seattle.
No, it's Bungie.
Oh.
Didn't you say what's his name's friend worked at Bungie?
He works at Blizzard. Or does he work
No,
at
it's Bungie.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my god. What they gave was, instead of an apology and honesty, was corporate damage. Like their damage control was probably bad. Their PR team is fucked. Like, I don't know. What do you think makes a good apology? Because obviously we've watched tons of YouTube apologies that have not succeeded in life. So I don't know what would make a good apology.
I want a CEO to take blame instead of just like using their employee as a scapegoat. I want them to be like, you know what, this is our fault. We haven't trained our like employees properly on the ethics protocols, and like we're taking this as a major step towards improving our company. Like we're gonna revamp this whole game. We're gonna credit the artists that we use. Like blah blah blah. You know,
Monies.
I feel like a lot of people don't. Yeah, they always use the lower people as scapegoats because obviously it has to go through the top people before it gets put out. It's not like you don't have any say in it.
So
you don't think that
I
CEOs?
think that the head of the department for the game, maybe.
The head of the department would like double back, right? So this is how I feel
but
like
once
it works.
But once it's happening,
no, the CEO has like nothing to do with it. The CEO is just in charge of the company itself. The developers, the developing team are part of it.
That's when they need to step in, though. Like when they see all this shit happening, they need to like step in.
Right. But you said you would think that the CEO would catch that, and we're saying no, the CEO wouldn't catch it in the process of it making. But once it does get catched, then yes, the CEO should step in and be like, "Look, we dropped the ball. My bad. Our bad. We'll take care of it." Type of situation.
I also don't think I don't know how companies like Bungie work, but like maybe like the higher ups in a company like that just don't understand how much time and patience and work it takes to make the game. Because they're always pushing people too fast, too hard, and then you get crummy games like this.
I think this game's been in development for like 5 years, though.
Yeah.
It's been in development for a while.
Yeah. There goes my theory.
What I've learned is that, well, in medical at least, is like my higher ups, my leadership, my CEO, they have no idea what my job is or what I do or how much it takes. They don't live in my shoes. It's not like my CEO started from the very bottom and worked every single job to get to the top, you know? So I feel like it's like that in almost every company. Your CEO sits at the top, but he doesn't know the manpower, the skill, the blood, sweat, and tears that the lower employees have to put into the company just to make it work.
Yeah, I feel, yeah.
Quick side note.
Yes.
Because you said that. Sorry, this is a really gross story.
No, what's up?
I forgot to tell you guys earlier. Back onto the whole my boss doesn't know what I do for my job. I went out to install a headstone recently, and this cemetery was terrible. It was like flies everywhere. I swallowed a fly, guys.
Oh
it
my
like flew
God.
into
Nutrition.
it flew into my throat, and I tried to like throw it up, but I couldn't. And
Oh my God, it was probably feasting on a dead corpse,
I
and
was
you just
like-
ate somebody.
I had to like chug a bottle of water. I was so disgusted. It was
You just
gross.
ate some shit.
Can we say the picture, the tombstone writing on a stream or on a podcast?
I'll tell you guys what it said. Tell me if this is weird.
Yeah,
And
she
I
works at like a
apologize.
headstone place.
I apologize if this is your headstone, but it's fucking weird.
And she sent it to us in like the family group, and we're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I was like,
Somebody wrote this as their epitaph. It was a companion stone, so it means the husband and wife are both on the headstone. And their epitaph says, "In addition to being married, we also matched DNA." And
What is that?
I thought it was at first. I was like, "That's really weird." And I asked everybody in my shop, and they were like, "Yeah, it's weird." And then I was thinking, I was like, "What if they're both scientists and like they like do genetic sequencing as like a job?" So then it's like an inside joke.
But yeah, it's an inside joke. Nobody's gonna think that.
Yeah, but I was like, that's still really weird to put on a headstone.
yeah.
Everybody's gonna think
They're
the
like
total
cousins.
opposite
They're
direction.
cousins or their brother
as
and
soon
sister.
as you read that,
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my story. I swallowed a bug.
Yeah.
It was freaking huge too.
So,
sorry.
so we're gonna talk about the fallout of all this, and as I said, like it wasn't accepted good, but after like the underwhelming apology, a lot of the fans took action, took charge, and they went to Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube, and they're talking and telling all the other people to just cancel their pre-orders. So tons of people, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people unsubscribed from Bungie's updates.
Dang.
And called for accountability. Many echoed the sentiment, if this is how the game starts, imagine how it ends. Several artists talked about how they removed Destiny-inspired fan art from social platforms in protest. Some began blacklisting Bungie in portfolios of refusing to work with that company ever again. With AI art that used AI art without transparency. The impact was not just on the project, it was on the culture. And this event sparked broader conversations about how studios treat their artists and what fans should demand moving forward. This wasn't just a bad PR week for them. It was the moment of reckoning, pretty much, I think. We're talking about fans that supported Bungie since, early Halo days. And basically it's like, no more of that shit. We're not dealing with it. We're not taking it. We're not accepting it. And yeah, they kind of fucked up. I feel like Bungie might be fucked on this one. And it kind of reminds me, all right, this has nothing to do with this actually, but I was just thinking this is kind of like a scam. They're stealing their art from whatever, using art from other thing. And then I was thinking of another scam in gaming history. Have you guys ever heard of Star Citizen?
I feel like I've heard about it, but I don't remember it.
So this game has been in development since like 2012. It was like a Kickstarter type thing, and they got crazy amount of money, like $2 million or some absurd amount of money, right? This game, I feel like you could play it, I'm assuming, but it's like a beta alpha type thing since 2012. So it's still going. They sell virtual fucking ships that aren't even created in the game yet for $1,000, like USD, like real money.
Like a key to this
A ship that's not even in the game yet.
It's not even
Why would
developed yet.
people buy it?
Trust me, I have no idea. But if they have like a website where they show the amount of money that they have gained, and they're like,
that's crazy.
$230 million. Like, it's insane the amount of money they make a day. It's like $2 million or some huge six-figure. I don't know. That's like the biggest scam in my book.
That case though. At that point, you have to blame
the people.
Consumers.
Yeah, you have to blame the people.
Stop buying things that these creators haven't even made yet, because you're just enabling them to keep going and scam other people.
Yeah, monetization is just insane now.
People should have more buyer's regret, okay? I need you to not have FOMO. Don't care about FOMO.
You guys already talked about me. You said don't be like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't buy everything you see. Just wait it out.
Yeah.
It's probably never coming out now, and you just lost $1,000.
Yeah. Super side note, though. Like, we're talking about Bungie and their ethics and accountability for, like, this entire conversation, right? I think of it this way. Like, let's say a cop or a lawyer, someone in the public service, their accountability was coming into question. Everything they've done up until that point would have to be investigated. So like you said, Bungie has a history of doing this. I wonder, like, why isn't a big gaming company going through the same process? Like, everything you've done so far needs to be investigated to see what you copied, what you stole throughout your whole entire Bungie career, and then everyone from the past should be brought up too. You know what I mean?
They should also investigate why these developers and artists are putting this piece out. Like, what is making them do this? Like, is it on their own, like, volition? Like, are they choosing to use this as their own art?
Yeah.
Or, like, are people pushing them to use the art? Like, where's the source? That's what I want to know.
I kind of want to... I'm kind of, like, going to shape, like, what we're talking about towards, like, I guess... It's not just like Bungie that's done this too. It's like, how are consumers supposed to accept this type of stuff? Like, how AI is changing game development. Do you guys think it's for better or worse? Like, so imagine working on a project for years as an artist, as like Antireal or whoever else, and you're just developing it for years, and then a machine use your work to like, I guess, develop something or generate something for said company, Bungie, and you never got a cent, and it only took like an hour,
less than that.
Yeah,
this is the problem. AI is not the problem. AI, we are in a we are in a time of like technology advancement, and
Yep.
it's only going to get better,
Yep.
and this is going to help society. It's the
Yep.
users, it's
Yep.
user error.
Mhm.
This is why AI is considered bad. It's because people who use AI are not using it in the proper way.
Mhm.
Exactly.
It's
That's
in
what
the
I
wrong
said.
hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I said.
I agree.
That's
People
the only reason
people hate
we
AI.
hate AI.
A lot of people hate on AI because they say like, "Oh, we should support content creators," and I'm all for that. But at some point, like using AI to create something that you want that's original, there's nothing wrong with that either. I don't think, in my personal opinion.
It's
Right.
inspiration. It's
Yeah.
not your actual work. Take inspiration from it, maybe.
Yeah.
Take elements that you like and make it your own.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't just use it, because
Yeah.
it's not going to be original.
That's a good
Yes.
way of explaining it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said, right? AI cannot give you an original
Mhm.
idea
Mhm.
because it,
Yeah.
like Az said, it's just this bank of everything on the internet, and it's gonna pull pieces from different areas and
Mhm.
come up with an original idea. It
Yeah.
cannot make an idea.
Yeah.
You have to have your original idea, but it could help you enhance it or check it or come up with a plan and a step-by-step guide of how you execute it.
Yeah.
But it cannot have an original idea for you.
100%.
Be like Geisha. Make sure you cite it.
Yeah.
Yes, cite it. I
So
cited it all.
yeah, and I know I'm bagging on Bungie, but Bungie's not like the only company that has like art theft controversies. Maybe Bungie's more so like the controversy right now because it's involving AI and an artist that it's like basically fucking identical. But Ubisoft has once removed textures that matched copyrighted photography. Blizzard faced backlash.
Blizzard.
Shut up.
Blizzard.
Blizzard faced backlash when fans spotted assets were used without attribution in fan art contests. So they used like fan art without saying, "Hey, this is fan art." Indie developer was blacklisted from Steam after using unlicensed assets in a top-selling game.
I
Oh.
also. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, thank you. This isn't just Bungie's issue; it's a gaming issue that is a scandal everywhere. Every time this pops up, and it just makes devs look bad or honest devs look bad. It's time to wake up, basically. Do you guys think that? Or go ahead. Do you want to say what you wanted to say before I ask my question?
I forgot what I was saying.
Okay. Do you think studios should disclose where they get all their assets?
Yes.
Okay.
If I gotta cite it
Yeah.
on my paper, you gotta cite it on everything else.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you support a verified ethical dev labeled on digital storefronts?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like the stores when you walk in. It's like good, bad, or great.
Yeah, I need
Or
you to have a
bad, good, great.
certificate
Yeah.
on
The
your
little
desk.
happy face.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's a great, I'm coming in.
Yeah.
I'm getting-
Sean and I went to the Hobnob recently, and they well, not recently, it was a while ago, but they had a sign, and it was said, I've never seen this before. It said just okay.
I know. There's a
You can't say-
teriyaki place up the street that's just okay, and I'm like, ooh, let's go. And then I remember it's okay. I'm like, ooh, let's not go.
No, but it was really good though. We liked it. We
It's
liked the food.
So the happy faces is not about the food. The happy face is about how
The
clean
cleanliness.
they
The
are.
Yeah, no, I
cleanliness,
know.
yeah.
Like, do they change their gloves?
Hey man, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Dirt
with
don't
it.
She's,
hurt.
she's over here swallowing flies. She doesn't care.
Yeah, I swallowed a fly. My standards are low.
Yeah. So
Did you also know? Sorry, side note. Did you also know that you eat
I'm just
about
gonna skip down to the
one,
bottom of my fucking shit because we got like 15 minutes left.
one spider in every jar of peanut butter?
That's what they
Ooh.
say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think. Don't they use bugs to make that one red thing?
Red dye.
It's like a certain red dye that they use like bugs.
Beetles. I think it's beetles.
It's also in like candy and stuff. Like this
Nice.
certain red dye. They
Yeah.
like smash up bugs.
Okay. A lot of countries eat bugs.
Yeah.
People make it sound like it's a bad thing in the U.S.
It's
Mhm.
not.
Bugs are not bad.
Bugs have high in riboflavin.
Yeah.
Riboflavin.
Riboflavin.
All right, I'm just gonna get down to these. This
I'm
area.
sorry, I'm
It's-
sorry, I'm
No, it's
sorry.
fine.
We're
'Cause-
having a great discussion
Yeah,
about this.
And you also need to like condense.
well,
'cause
this
we're
is
gonna
a
get
big
sidetracked.
no. This is no. You talking is getting us sidetracked. You're
You
going to all these other stories when I'm asking you a certain question
you
that does not
complain
even.
that I don't interact very much, and now I'm interacting, and now you're complaining.
She's got a lot to say this time.
Yeah, she clearly does. If I would have known that, I would have brought it down. Last time he had a huge thing, and she was not talking at all.
Because my throat was sore.
And now here you are. I created another one to impact that, and you're fucking just got all this information that you want to
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
Anyways.
again, what was I saying? Like, okay, so obviously the community is going to shape the accountability towards companies, huge companies. Let me ask you guys, I have like a few more segments. What do you think this means for gaming? Like, gaming has come too far to fall on like shortcuts, I think. We obviously have good tools, better budgets or bigger budgets, strong voice actors, like huge voice actors now. But without ethics, like we've been talking about this whole time, those tools make everything crumble. Like you're not double checking. You don't have a QI team. Like, so obviously for future reference or in the future, where is the passion and protection? Where did those go hand in hand? Do you guys think?
I think what you said is a really good point. Maybe if bigger companies have a division, a QI division, is like, look, I need to fact check the shit out of everything and just like research and deep dive and be like, yes, this is good, or no, you know what, this is too similar. You need to change it.
I feel like that they should do that. I'm surprised they don't have a QI team or something like that.
You would think that they should have one, but maybe again
they just don't care as
they
much.
just don't care as much, and they think that all the ideas are going to be original. Look, I am all about research. I will do it.
Yeah,
I will
You'll do it?
sit at a computer, like give me an image, and I will try to find this image.
Yeah.
In my
Okay.
company, we have a whole QC position that someone has
Yeah.
to quality control everything that we put through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't big companies have these QCs as well? Well, big gaming companies. I know a lot of like hospitals and stuff have QCs.
You know what's funny too? So I want
me boy.
to talk about. So I mentioned Antireal. So who is Antireal? I want to spotlight this artist because I honestly never knew who Antireal is. I don't follow a lot of artists that create, like amazing concepts and stuff. So Antireal is a digital concept artist known for haunting cyberpunk aesthetics. Antireal has a real unique style that is clearly influenced by or that clearly influenced Bungie's trailer or teaser. Whether it was intentionally or not, I think it was intentional because it fucking goes hand in hand.
I feel like you said this in the beginning.
No, I didn't. I didn't
Okay.
say who Antireal was though. His followers quickly recognized all the stuff that was being stolen by Bungie. Her public post called the studio out for copying without credit. Her tone was calm and direct and talked about like, hey, this is what's happening. Antireal didn't rage. Antireal didn't rant about it. They just showed evidence and let the fans pretty much take it from there. And what makes it so powerful that it wasn't taken down, it was just mirrored, you know what I mean? Have you guys ever seen any of Antireal's art?
I have not.
I saw the ones that Bungie stole.
It's some pretty cool art.
It gave me the vibes of like, sorry to just keep talking about Halo, but it gave me the Forerunner vibes. They're like their script and their like just their imaging. It just kind of gave me that vibe, but it's just very like cyber sigillum kind of thing.
I feel like Bungie needs to do, instead of like under the table without anybody knowing, they need to do a public I don't know, issue of crediting to that artist.
Or like at the end of
Yeah,
the movies and stuff,
this
they can
is
just
like-
credit it.
They took a whole section out of their literal.
Yeah.
They took a whole this whole section Aleph. That's like they stole that legit image and just copy and pasted.
Yeah.
It's not even just like inspiration. It's just straight
Copy
copy
paste.
paste.
Yeah. It's insane. I mean, the bigger picture, I think, is as we move forward, as Azzilee said, like the technology right now is just going to be booming from now on because of AI. Like, whether you believe it or not, AI is probably going to change a lot of like medicine or a lot of stuff for the human body. Like, it's going to do a lot of good for people.
Yeah, have you guys seen the Yeti and like Bigfoot, like the cryptid TikToks?
Yeah.
They're hilarious.
Did you see the gorilla one?
Yeah.
Where he's like
I could fight 100 men.
he's like, yo, the first 5 or 10 are finna be on a T-shirt. That's for real, or some stuff.
He's like, some of you ain't going home the same.
But then he's like all beat up after, and he's like, yo, they're a lot tougher than I thought. I'm gonna get some rest, and he's like recording. He's like, I'll catch, if you guys want to know what happens follow up for part 2.
Yeah.
He's like, peace.
Like, that's funny AI.
Yeah.
That's hilarious AI.
But
Like,
it's
don't
also
steal.
it's also gonna do like more benefit for like the human body too, like
Mhm.
science wise. You know what I mean? Like hearing, seeing. Like I hope that it will be.
I have not seen that one, but I did see the one where a radiologist had a thing, an X-ray of lungs on his thing. He was looking at it, and then he's like, "Oh, this is pneumonia right here." And it took him like maybe 5 minutes. AI did it like this, and he's like, "I'm gonna be
Oh.
replaced."
Didn't you say like it found something that somebody didn't see, like a broken bone or something in a bone? I remember you told me a story about it.
Yeah, I think it was like a super, super, super hairline fracture
Yeah.
that AI picked up, but the radiologist didn't see.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they're like, "Oh, yeah, that is a thing." It's crazy.
It's just gonna be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it will take over as long as we don't, again, user error.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on the field that's being used. Because like as we move forward, like artists are probably the ones that are going to be hit the most.
Yeah.
Like how do we preserve human artisticness or creativity? Like
Yeah,
how
they
do we
said
keep
that
that alive?
Bungie removed their watermark or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so how do you
Yeah.
keep how do you just keep humans involved in art or in like their creativity? Obviously that one art that you see on fucking Instagram is stupid as fuck, and I don't care what anybody says. Like the art that you see, like it's like a white image and it's like some stupid ass quote on it, or like the shit that the dude like piles like 5 buckets of sand and pushes it, and they're like, "Oh, that's amazing." They start clapping. You're like, "What the fuck is this? That's like the dumbest shit I've ever seen." And you're giving this guy millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars. I could do that shit.
I saw an artist like hide their signature in their photo in a way that made it so like people can't steal it. And I was like, that's actually
Oh,
really
that's
smart.
cool.
Yeah, I think something like that, but I also think that we live in a society where like TikTok and Instagram and X and all that stuff, yes, it can push and propel your art further, but I also think that artists should be a little mindful. Like if you put your art on the internet, it's a free for all.
Mm-hmm.
It's anyone's game. There's
Unless you
nothing-
watermark, you gotta watermark.
like you gotta watermark it. You gotta put that signature in there because like once it's on the internet, there is no type of regulation for any information on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like none at all.
People
Yeah.
don't have morals.
Nope.
The internet doesn't have morals.
People
Yeah.
don't in general. Like,
Yeah, and
there's
people
a lot
don't
of,
have
a lot
morals.
of people don't nowadays. But
You know,
in a world of algorithms, the human touch has become more precious, I think, in a way.
Yeah.
The games last in a I don't know how to explain it. Like some of the games that last forever in our hearts, like Bloodborne and stuff like that, they're not just coded. They weren't just created by AI. Like they were made. They were crafted by, artists, the writers, it sounds corny, but like the dreamers that wanted to dream this game into reality in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it more personal. I feel like Elden Ring, like games like that they put fucking
That's
oomph
why
in it.
indie developers are gonna get bigger now
Yeah.
because there's more personal touch.
Yeah. What
Mhm.
do you think represents or what games do you guys think represent human creativity the most? I mean, it
Wait,
could
what?
be any type of game.
I think just
I think
indie
all of 'em,
games. I think
yeah.
indie games are a good play.
Well, all
Indie?
of them back in the
You say
day.
indie?
Indie,
Yeah.
indie games.
Yeah.
I think.
Yo, Expedition
The
33.
Reckoning. I think The Reckoning is a great example.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Expedition 33. But that's also just a random developer team.
That just
Yeah.
wanted to make a
That
great
just
game.
wanted to make a great game.
Yeah.
It's not these big name companies trying to push out products to make money.
Do you guys think because of this that we're gonna see a lot more shift back towards handcrafted art in future games, or do you think that they're gonna continuously use AI? I feel like they're still gonna use AI because it's easier and probably cheaper than paying an artist. That's just my opinion.
Ethically.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that's
Mhm.
probably what's gonna happen.
It's
I
gonna-
would like to see them like. They should like if they're gonna use art, they should just credit people though, because then that gives consumers the ability to like find art of like the same style but like different that they really enjoyed from the game,
Yeah.
and it gives kudos to these people who put their blood, sweat, and tears into this product.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking that it's gonna be like fucking where they like have I know it's a bad comparison because certain animals get like hurt or whatever, like cage-free eggs or like organic food. They're gonna be like comparing like AI-free games to that.
Oh, okay.
They're like, this game is AI-free, and people are gonna be like, we only want AI-free games now.
You have
Like,
to pay more for AI
yeah,
free games.
yeah, you have to pay more for AI-free games now. Watch that shit happen.
That'd be pretty funny though.
But that's all I got. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to add?
Go check out Antireal. They're
Yeah.
really their artwork is really cool.
Their
actually.
artwork
Yeah.
is pretty cool. Yeah.
And give props to local vendors who are actually making things.
Yeah. And
Doesn't have to be games. It could be literally anything because they're putting a lot of time and effort
Yo.
into it.
Yeah, like my cup you bought me.
Yeah.
yeah,
You and Sean.
or mead, that honey mead from the freaking farmers market. They be hitting.
Yeah, maybe it will be there when we go.
I hope so. But yeah, keep grinding those levels and finishing those side quests.
Yep,
Yep.
that's it.
That's
you
it.
remembered.
That's
was a good
it.
one.
Got it.
Yep.
This has been Co-op Chronicles, and as always, with me is Pint-Sized Geisha, Blacklabel, and me, Azzilee.
Bye. Hopefully, I'm not dying next week.
We gather round the mic, tales of knights and dice. Gaming worlds collide, hobbies come alive. Azzilee and Geisha chat. Blacklabel's where it's at. Movies and stories told, secrets to unfold. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides.